Doug, we've got an article. We wanted to bring this up with you here because this was something interesting. A Canadian helicopter was harassed by Chinese fighter jets. Go, Douglas.
So it was a Sikorsky CH-148 Cyclone operating from RCN ships underway. So probably, I guess they're just practicing taking off and landing and rescue stuff. And they were repeatedly intercepted by Chinese J-11s in an unsafe manner. They said with successive passes, one jet eventually conducted a pass over the helicopter, causing the helicopter to experience turbulence and take appropriate actions. During a separate story later the same day, the Cyclone was again intercepted by a J-11, which the Canadian defense officials say launched flares directly in front of the helicopter. The helicopter pilot had to maneuver to avoid flares and reduce the risk of ingesting a flare into the helicopter's rotors and intakes. And the Chinese say that they were infringing, and the Canadians say that they were in international airspace. And that's a video of something else.
Wow. Yeah.
Dave, what do you think about
I hadn't heard of that. That's very serious.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it doesn't take much to take a helicopter down. Okay. Turbulence, flares, going through the rotor system, getting ingested. I mean, and they can maneuver pretty good, but they have no real defense, you know.
Yeah, I think
when
this
I was
guy
with the Air Force, they stayed low, right, close to the water. Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd get down, 5 feet over the water and make him come down to me. That's basically all I could do, and then just, keep an eye on him. What I was going to say was when I was at Homestead, we had a combat SAR mission. We were supposed to deploy to Korea, and we got some briefings about helicopters and red flag. And it was very eye-opening.
Yeah.
They had some helicopters participate in red flag during CSAR exercises. And F-15s had a real hard time with us, supposedly. They couldn't pick us up on the radar because we were flying 10 feet off the desert floor. And after one day of that, they made the crew turn on their top anti-collision light to see them. And what we were told, I did not participate, but this was what the brief was: turn into the fighter and make him get steep. Okay? Make him get steep and turn into him. And just constantly do that and stay as low as you can. What came out of one of the exercises, one of the red flags, was a couple of things. A-10, no hope. A-10 get on you, you're done. You might as well land and surrender because they're down there with you and they're turning with you. And they don't even need 30 millimeter gun because the friggin' side of the aircraft is like aluminum foil. The fighter guys, F-16s, they didn't like to get steep, right?
Yeah.
So what they decided to do after this exercise was the F-15s and F-16s, they came across helicopters, they were going to drop CBUs, cluster bomb units, on us.
Yeah. Wow.
That's how they weren't going to try to get down and use the gun or anything like that. They didn't want to get that close to the ground. So
yeah.
In that case with that guy, I'd get down I'd be skimming the water and turning into him and seeing if the guy would get down. What do you guys think? What would you do?
AIM-9X.
Would that deter you if the helicopter was 10 feet off the ground or off the water?
Laser bomb, LGB, moving target.
Yeah. I mean, missile technology now is a lot different than the 80s, though. Yeah. I mean, I'd be shooting AIM-9 at him.
I don't know. The AIM-9's having a hard time with the balloons. It might have a hard time with a helicopter, man. The laser bomb, just stay there at 20,000 feet, eating your chicken. Just scene track it. Scene track it. auto lays and let it do its thing.